This and every episode of the podcast is supported by 35 Bikes. 35 Bikes are dedicated to bringing you the best bike components for the best price. So whether you need organic, semi-metal or sintered brake pads, a new narrow-wide chainring, mudguards or brake rotors, make sure to ask for 35 Bikes in your local bike shop. Or head to 35bikes.com for more information or to find your local stockist. You're listening to the Hookit podcast, proudly brought to you by hookitproducts.co.uk.
Riders ready? Watch the gate.
Oh yeah!
Alrighty, Happy New Year everybody out there in podcast land, and thank you for coming back and checking out another episode of the Hookit podcast. As usual, thank you to everyone out there who's been sending little messages in between the Christmas and New Year break. We've had some good reviews again online, and the social media side of the Hookit podcast is starting to build, which is rad. It's really cool to see. Everyone's starting to really sort of engage with us now and fire over questions and all that sort of stuff. So that's nuts. Thank you. Keep it coming. It's a lot more fun that way. As you may have heard at the beginning of the introduction, we have 35 Bikes on board now as an official sponsor. They're going to be supporting you lucky listeners with plenty of giveaways, some free products, some voucher codes and all that sort of loveliness. So that's going to be pretty cool. We're really looking forward to doing a lot more with those guys in 2017. And bit of an apology for taking so long in getting this episode out. Obviously, we had to wait for some team news to come out. Finally, the Syndicate team video came out, the internet almost broke, and now we can get Luca Shaw on the show. So I'm not going to hold this thing up. Let's crack on and welcome Luca Shaw to the podcast. All right, Luca, we're rolling. Welcome to the show. Much appreciated. How's it going?
It's going good, yeah. Thanks for having me.
Hey man, you're welcome, no problem. Thanks a bunch for coming back to us so quick and been able to do this. So It was a bit of a waiting game for a while because we were waiting for the Santa Cruz team release obviously to come out before we could even say anything. So yeah, finally got it laid down.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a whole lot to talk to if I wouldn't be able to answer many questions for you. So yeah, it's gonna be waiting. So
yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. No, thank you very much. So usually what we like to do just to kick off is to let you do like a brief introduction to yourself and obviously what you do.
Yeah.
Although most people are going to know, it's always nice to get your take on things.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm 20 years old. Live in North Carolina on the East Coast of the United States, and I race downhill professionally for Santa Cruz Syndicate now. So yeah, stoked.
Cool. Has that settled in yet, or?
Yeah. You know it has, cause like it's I signed quite early actually. Like
right.
It was still kind of end of the summer that I kind of got the opportunity and like decided like, all right, yeah, it is what I want to do. So I've had some time to kind of think about it and have it like kind of playing on my mind for a while now. So yeah, it doesn't really feel new right now. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's a good thing. So
yeah, definitely, definitely. Just that out of pure interest, was there like any other deals on the table for you to choose from, or were you always kind of heading to the Syndicate?
Yeah, there was some other things that definitely were interesting. You know, like I was in a good position. You know, I had some really really good opportunities. So definitely, like there was some things that I had to consider. But like at the end of the day, like I just thought about it and I was like, man, I could not turn the Syndicate down for anything. Like, and it's just like I know it sounds super corny and you probably heard it hundreds of times, but yeah, it's like dream come true. Like awesome. never thought I'd be, you know, on the Syndicate. So good, definitely just had to go for it. So
well, you've worked hard obviously to get there, so it's not like they've just pulled some kid off the street and given him a ride on the Syndicate. You've definitely earned it. So but yeah, props man, well done, congratulations too, I guess.
Cheers. Thanks. So, yeah,
cool. So quickly just looking back, as you know, your season last year seemed to go pretty good. I think 9th at World Champs, 11th overall at the end of the season.
9th overall.
9th overall. Okay, sorry. My bad. Bad research.
No worries. Yeah. Cling on to that top 10, man.
Just got in there. Good work.
Just in there, yeah.
So did you feel you had a good season, really, on the whole?
Yeah, for sure. Started off kind of little bumpy, like first round didn't go so well, but kind of just stuck to it and had kind of a good the whole summer went really well, and I felt like I was well prepared and just having fun at the races, and so I was really stoked with some of the results I could pull off, and to be top 10 in the overall, stoked. I mean, I knew I could do it, but it's another thing to actually achieve it, and and it's also kind of exciting looking forward till next year too, because I had a few crashes, I had some issues as well, so I mean, definitely room for improvement, but real stoked with how the season went for sure.
Good. I read in an interview that you did, I think on Pink Bike, that sometimes you ride conservatively in your race run, but do you think, I think the best you got last year was a 5th. Do you think if you hung it out a little, you might have been able to grab a 3rd or something like that, or even a win? Or
I mean, you can always kind of say if I'd risked my life, I could have. So I mean, I guess I could say that, but so could everyone else,
Yeah,
so
true.
I guess I'm sort of starting to push myself in races a bit more. Like I said, I had a couple of crashes last year, and that's sort of new for me. I don't crash a whole lot in races, but I mean, I've always sort of kind of took a smooth, sort of calculated approach, I guess. So
I think,
but I mean,
for
it's
me,
tough.
I came from a motocross background. I've done quite a few downhill races in my time, and something that I always struggle to get my head around is it's one run, whereas usually you've got 2 or even 3 motos on the day. It's you can haul ass in the second one and maybe take it easy in the third one or something. So
for sure,
I think that's something that I've not done all that many downhill races, being brutally honest with you. But when I have, it's something that it plays on my mind. You're just right,
for sure,
maybe just get down the hill steady, but then that doesn't cut it, and it's finding that balance, obviously. So
for sure, it's huge mental challenge, and I think you have to have that part of it if you want to go far. It's tough, the nerves and everything like that. It's a lot to deal with. So, but part of why I like it so much, I think.
Good stuff. Good. Well, obviously we're just kind of coming out of the off season now, I guess. Well, still in it a little bit, but I guess training's maybe starting to ramp up a little bit for you. But what's your off season usually look like? Do you chill?
Yeah, for sure. Lots of chilling. When the season's over, it's nice to just kind of relax and not do anything for a while. Just hang out with friends, ride for fun. You spend so much time all summer on the road traveling and stuff, and always kind of busy with riding and training and getting ready. So it's nice to just have a break and
wind it down.
But at the same time, I get super bored if I just stay at home. So always try and find some stuff to do.
What's your what's your thing something to do? You a moto guy or? I been getting into it quite a bit, a lot. Recently, I sort of started out riding moto when I was real young, 4 or 5, and then took a break from it for a bit, but got a bike a few years ago and kind of getting back into it. So that's definitely one of the things I look forward to the most when I'm home. Sweet.
And then just kind of just whatever I feel like doing. It's nice to take a break, that's for sure.
Yeah, you've got a good benefit of having a really hard sort of few months in race season, I guess, and then just being able to wind it down a little bit and maybe recover, get some sleep, all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a long season, man.
It's grueling too, I guess.
Yeah, so
a lot of traveling.
It definitely, it wears you down. So it's good. I think if you don't take a break, you'll just go nuts, So
yeah, for sure. No, you're right. I always find that really tough as well. With moto, there's barely any break anymore. You come out of the outdoors and it's a few months straight into Supercross. It's a 365 season.
Yeah. So, man, I don't know how those dudes do it.
It's crazy.
Going Supercross straight into motocross, and then having like a couple months off. And even now, there's like some races during that break that all those dudes are doing. So it's like, it must be tough.
Head off going to Europe and stuff like that, and do international. Oh, it's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
You definitely need some R&R time, I think.
Yeah.
A bit of rest. But yeah, you went a few years ago. I think you went over to Oz traveling with Connor.
Yeah.
Was Connor right? Connor Fearon. So this year, none of that stuff. Just hanging out at home, doing your thing.
Yeah, that was last year actually. About a year ago, I was over there now. I mean, that was kind of something that. It was my first year I wasn't going to school, so in the years past, like I've always, all winter and even in like the spring and summer when you're racing, like you're like, oh man, I gotta get back and go to school, like taking school off for racing and stuff. So it was like first year that I didn't go to college or university or anything, so I had loads more time to decide what I wanted to do. So I went to Australia for almost 2 months. So
really, do you like it?
That was. Oh, I loved it.
Really?
I had so much fun, yeah. Okay. I really, really wanted to go back, or I'm definitely planning on going back sooner than later, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it there this off season.
Okay.
Things could happen. Maybe I'll just break down from the snow and just book a flight and go, but
Have you got snow right now at home?
Not now, but the whole last week we did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. We've had a bit of snow today here in the UK, which is crazy, but yeah. It's not good fun, is it? It's not good.
No, not a winter person at all. I hate it.
Same. I'm not gonna lie. I'm exactly the same, man. I did Australia when I was younger. Like I went there for a year just on like a traveling thing, and that's kind of where I did most of my downhill stuff, was racing the Australian Nationals. But
oh no way.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't really like it personally. That's just because me and my friend, like, we got stuck in one place in Sydney. And it sucked really. Like I ended up meeting a chick and all that sort of stuff. But like, there's so much more of the country to see, and like, we just didn't do it. We really should have.
Oh man,
so
it's wild. Like
where's Connor at? Where's he based?
He's in Adelaide.
Okay, yeah, I heard Adelaide's really good. Like a friend of mine did Adelaide and loved it.
Oh, I loved it there. It's just so fun. Like loads of stuff to do. Yeah. Great riding scene. Like. All of Connor's buddies, like, just rad to ride with, like, just, like, super cool scene. I just, really enjoyed it.
Right.
So, definitely need to make it back, for sure.
Get yourself back there, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Joe wanted me to ask you about some guy that lives near you, I think. Is it Uncle Regis, something?
Uncle Reg, yeah.
I'd say Uncle Reg. I didn't know how to say it. He's a buddy of ours. Yeah,
that's so
what's
funny.
The story with this guy?
Yeah, he's just, his name's Regis, but we call him Uncle Reg. He's just, he goes to school with my brother. Like, my brother goes to college, like, half an hour down the road. So, Regis, he's just one of our friends from there. And, it's just, I
had a look at his Instagram earlier. I don't know, for some reason looking on yours, and I saw a photo of him. And I was like, okay, that's the guy. So I looked on it, and if anyone out there doesn't follow this kid, you've got to go follow him. It's hilarious.
For sure. Uncle Reach on Instagram. Everyone go follow. Yeah, it's super funny. Like, I think my brother actually started that account. Like, we just didn't know about it, and just taking the funny photos of all the stupid shit he does and stuff. So
my ass
I think like 3 or 4 people have the password for it, and we just he's a good buddy of ours, just like loads of fun to hang out with. So
the first thing when I said to Joe, I was like, I've got Luca coming on, and he's like, ask him about Uncle Regis. He obviously spelled it wrong, but I was like, okay, I will do. I didn't really know why, but I was like, yeah, sure. You could have said anything so right funny. Then, and I'd have been like, oh no.
Oh man, yeah, it's funny when I saw Joe in Santa Cruz a couple weeks ago. Yeah. He was asking me the same, like, "Oh, what's up with this Regis guy you guys hang out with?" And it was so funny because that day he had just texted me, and his bike fell off my brother's truck when they were driving down the road, and it got smashed to bits.
Road bike.
Yeah, completely destroyed it. So, oh man, yeah, there's always some.
What a hero. So is your brother Walker? Is he riding like cyclocross or something like that these days, or?
He does a bit of everything. He races for the school, Brevard College. and there's like, I guess it's getting a bit bigger now, collegiate cycling. So he's been doing that. Like he does like downhill, cross country, cyclocross for them. But then like during the summer and yeah, he still travels around and does a bunch of downhill racing and all that stuff kind of on his own. But yeah, no, he's really, really good at like the endurance events, like cyclocross. Yeah, and he doesn't really train for it specifically, but like for just kind of, I wouldn't say off the couch, but you know, could probably take it a bit more serious. You know, he's really good at it though. So yeah, and yeah, he enjoys it. So
that's rad. Yeah, I heard he's a bit of a pinner, so must running the family. Do your parents ride or anything like that, or is it?
My dad rides. Yeah, he's got like a bit of a motorcycle background and used to race. He still races like just kind of locally and for fun. But yeah, my dad rides mountain bikes and all that stuff. My mom doesn't really.
I think it was Danny I was speaking to, Danny Hart, and I sort of said to him like, "Oh, is there a reason that you're so goddamn fast?" And he's like, "Nah. Like none of my family ride. No one's got a history of riding." I'm sure it was Danny. I can't remember now. I'm probably gonna call his dad out for not riding when he was really fast or something. I can't remember. I'm sure it was Danny. Anyway, it is what it is. So the internet broke the other day when your team video came out. Obviously, I spoke to Joe Bowman quite a bit before it came out. As you probably guessed, like Joe's a good friend of mine. And he was pretty nervous before that thing. You know, he was like, "I don't know if people are gonna get it. I don't know how it's gonna go down." But holy shit, it was good. It's so good. Yeah. What a way to enter the Syndicate, dude. Like, God. Fair play to Joe. Obviously, he knocked it out of the ballpark. But, I mean, it's so good to see stuff like that get such a big response and just go crazy. Like, yeah.
For sure.
I bet that was a lot of fun to film, right?
Oh, man. It was really fun. And it's funny you say that because, like, I sort of felt the same way. It's like, oh, man, like, it was a lot of fun and we were all, like, laughing about it. But it's like, man, are people going to, like, realize, like, that we're just kind of goofing around, or are they going to take it serious, or like what? Like, so yeah, it's cool to see everyone stoked on it. Like, I think it's just cool to do something different, you know. So
definitely. I think the bar's been set again, like pretty high for a team lunch video after that thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to top it really. So
no. Hopefully you're on there next year and you can do something different, better. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to do it better though. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fun.
Did you see the bloopers yet that Joe just put out?
Yeah, I just saw it actually like a couple minutes ago. Yeah, and there was just loads more. Like that's just a little snippet. There was some funny stuff that maybe was a little too graphic for the for the public, but no, it was a ton of fun, and yeah, I think
maybe there's a career in acting for you after the downhill stuff.
Oh, not me, man. No way. It was just like everything I could do to keep a straight face. Like, yeah, Steve and Greg, I thought killed it. Like,
sure. Steve's American accent was a little off, but it was pretty good.
Well, you know, but no, not for me. I'm no actor. I couldn't.
Classic.
I don't think I could do it. It's fun trying something different.
Either way, it was an awesome thing to put out, and you definitely have got a lot of attention. I mean, you would have already, but it seems to have really sort of raised the bar as to how much attention the new team's getting. So that's rad.
Yeah.
Really.
No, it's cool.
So obviously we need to talk about the new ride, which is again, huge congratulations on landing your dream ride. I bet it definitely does feel like that, dude, for sure. But have you ridden the bike yet or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been riding. Well, like I came from a Santa Cruz last 2 years, anyways. But yeah, there's still quite a bit different on it, like just, you know, the Fox Shimano and then the Envy wheels and all that stuff. So yeah, I've been riding the bike, and it was just the easiest thing, you know, just switching over. A few little things to sort out, but I mean, just with the Fox.
A little bit more in depth. So what's going on with it? Is it good?
Yeah, no, it's sweet. It's so sweet. Yeah, it's such a trick bike. It just have it sitting in my room, like all shiny, like scared to ride it, make it dirty, just because it looks so sweet with the Envy wheels and everything. So yeah, no, I really like it. It's funny because the first time I rode it, we were with the Fox guys, Jordy and Schmitty and those guys, and they, they just put it on a bike and kind of like pumped it up, set all the clickers up, like, how they think I'd like it. And it was just like straight away, like, oh man, so comfy right away. Because, they know what works for that bike, especially too, they've done so much testing and so much work on it. So yeah, it's just like made it so easy for me. It was just felt super comfortable right away. Yeah. And of course, there's little things to get used to, like, not like, and it's hard to say, like, people are like, oh, is it better or worse? But to me, like, it's just a little different. Like, you can't really argue that it's better or worse. It's just once you get used to it, it just kind of just feels natural, So, no, I'm super stoked with everything. The wheels were also, I'd say, the biggest thing to get used to, just how stiff they are. Coming from aluminum rims to those carbon MVs are just like super stiff, which, once you're used to it, it's really cool, like you lean into a corner and you just feel like the bike doesn't flex at all. It just like rockets out. So, and they're super light. So, and it would surprise me how much you felt that just like taking a pedal stroke in the parking lot and you just feel like a rocket ship. So, no, it's cool getting used to everything. It's still, I haven't been riding a whole lot of downhill last couple months, but excited to start like kind of pushing it a bit more and getting.
So does it like, do you kind of start ramping up your sort of not your training, but like your ride time on a downhill bike around like now, just getting ready for the season, or?
Yeah. It's funny because like downhill, it's not the easiest thing to just go out and do. Sometimes you need to drive quite a bit, or have someone shuttling you and stuff like that. So, I've just been kind of riding around home, but definitely like as soon as the season's kind of getting close, you need to put some hours in and definitely just get comfortable again and put some more time in. So it's especially there's good spots to ride near me, but it's still a bit like it's a big day. You can't just like go spend like a couple hours in the afternoon riding downhill. So it's just like for it, like it takes a whole day. So I'd rather just go for a trail ride
and then maybe go downhill for like a whole week or something like that.
And exactly. So but definitely excited to start riding a bit more. That's good too, because you get excited about it again, and it's like feels fresh, so you get all motivated to ride. And
sometimes it's good to take a little break, and
for sure.
Definitely feel a lot faster when you come back to it when you've not been doing it for a little while. Hopefully.
It's just because you're riding sketchy and all the time. But no, for sure, I'm excited to start riding like next couple months, ramping it up a lot. So it'll be good.
Good work, man. Good work. So, where do you see yourself sort of fitting on the team? Obviously, that's probably something that everyone's going to ask you all the time, but it might be a little bit of a silly question, but do you feel that you're maybe like taking Josh's ride a little bit, kind of fitting where Josh was, or is it just a totally separate deal for you? You're just not even thinking about it like that?
I don't know. A few people have asked me that, and it's like, it's, I feel like, and it's funny because Kathy Sessler, she said, when we were out there, it feels like so natural already, like everyone sort of gets along super good. Like, obviously I've known all those guys like Marshy and Greg and Doug the past couple of years, got to know them quite a bit. So I kind of knew what to expect. And it's just like super natural fit already. And like, we just, or at least I really enjoy hanging out with everyone. It's been good. Yeah. And it's like, and people like say to me like, oh, like, how are you going to like act, or, how are you going to take like Rat Boy's spot? It's like, I'm not going to try and be Josh. Like who could be Josh, So it's like, just be myself and have fun with it. And I think it'll be sweet.
I think it's maybe as well, like the way that Joe's Steel City Media, like the edits come across, that it just looks like such a tight family of riders,
For sure.
It looks like the Syndicate are having the most fun out of all the teams, so it's going to be rad for you to sort of fit into that. And like you say, those guys already, but it's going to be really cool, I think, going forward. It's going to be cool, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Joe, he just kills it, like, I've been watching those videos for as long as they've been out, and that was also like something kind of, when I was like making like my mind up of what I wanted to do, it's like, or at least for me, like
I knew I was going to enjoy myself and have fun. And I mean, that's a big part of it, you know, like some, you know, you see like certain programs and teams where it's like, you don't know if you would really like fit in or enjoy yourself that much. And it might just be a drag, and that, you know, that can really affect like the way you're racing and just how much you enjoy what you're doing. Like that's huge. Obviously, if you're not enjoying it and having fun, what's the point? So, yeah. So, I mean, that was always like, oh, well, I know at least I'm going to have a good time and it's going to be like enjoyable. So, yeah, for sure. I'm super, super excited just to, you know, get with the team again and just start racing and going on trips and stuff. I think it's going to be a really fun year. So, stoked.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Do you know like much about what Steve's role is going to be within the team? Is he going to be at the events, at the races with you, or is he taking a bit of a backseat?
I don't really know, honestly. Like, he'll definitely be around. I know that. Like, he'll be at the races and he'll be, you know, out and about. I don't think he could stay away from it if he tried.
No, I don't think so either.
But yeah, I don't know exactly like what specifically he's gonna be doing, but it would be, you know, hopefully he'll be at every race. I'd love to have him at every race. Like, he's obviously like awesome person to have around, just with his experience and just, you know, having a good time and keeping everyone relaxed. Like, it's, obviously, you know, he fits in. So,
for sure.
I
think there's a wealth of experience there, like in the team. You've got Greg and Steve hopefully hanging around, and like it's going to be pretty easy for you to ask. I don't know, not that you need to ask any questions, but you know what I mean. You've got so much experience around you. That's going to be a huge help. Huge.
100%. Yeah. I mean, just having like Greg as a teammate. I mean, that was obviously another, you know, getting back to like making like decision going forward. Like, that was a huge thing. You know, he's helped me out a lot already the last couple of years, like sort of just with advice and just kind of, you know, riding with him between races and stuff like that. So I mean, I know like we get along already, and it was going to be like really good and positive thing. So really stoked for that. And
good.
Just excited, man.
Good. Do you know much about like what Josh is going to be doing throughout the year, just out of interest? I know he put out a video not that long ago, but just hanging out, chilling.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I think just filming. I think the whole like 50-1 kind of thing is sort of taken off a little bit, and
it's pretty big.
I think
I know a lot of those guys myself, and they seem to be doing pretty well out. Well, not out of it, but it's definitely getting a good following and stuff like that. So
so I think he'll just be. I mean, I don't know for sure, so I don't want to speak for him, but just filming and riding, and I know he's still part of Santa Cruz, so that's cool. And
that's cool.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come to some races, even if it's like not World Cups, like Crankworks or whatever. So be rad to see him still, you know, at races and riding. So
good. There you go.
Hopefully he's around.
I think like Steve is going to be pretty hard to stay away. You know, when you've been doing it for so long too. You know, the World Cup scene seems to be a bit more of a family atmosphere as well, so it's almost like being away from home.
Yeah.
We'll see. So have you got Dougie as your mechanic now then? Is that right?
Yeah. Cool. Dougie's going to be my mechanic, so that's super cool.
Yeah, you know Dougie from before?
Yeah, I mean, last few years kind of on the circuit, getting to know him, but I'm excited for that. I think it'll be cool. Like, obviously, you know, talking about experience, like, man, that guy has more experience than anyone, so definitely you know, not having to worry about my bike at all with him with it in his hands, so stoked for that.
Good. So without like trying to put too much pressure on you, do you feel much pressure like going into the season, or you just said kind of before, you just kind of taking it easy, try not to think about it too much, but is there a bit of pressure on your shoulders to deliver a little bit? I
mean, of course, you know, like but I mean, there's always been, I mean, I always put pressure on myself, you know, I always just want to keep improving. So, of course there's pressure, you know, like there's always going to be pressure in downhill. I mean, like we talked about, you know, just the nerves and everything like that. But I mean, I'm going to do the same thing that I've always done, you know, like it's going to be just me and my bike, and I'm just going to do as best I can and hopefully just keep improving each year. And, I mean, no doubt, like there's some pressure, and, you know, I mean, I know what I'm capable of, and mean, if I can
There kind of has to be some pressure there, doesn't there, at the end of the day? You know, what is kind of maybe hard to, well, it's easy to forget sometimes is you're still going to work, like you still need to deliver results, and that's kind of what you get paid for. So, and I think some people maybe forget that sometimes, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think no matter what, like, you know, I'm a competitive person. Like, I like the feel of like the nerves for a race and everything like that. So it's going to be the same kind of nerves and feeling you get at a race. You know, you always want to do your best and you always want to have a good result. So I mean, I think, you know, as far as like mindset and everything like that, it's kind of business as usual, like sort of how I've done it the last few years. But I mean, I don't feel like people are putting pressure on me or the team's putting pressure on me or anything like that. It's just, you know, from myself, like the pressure I put on myself to do good. So
cool, pretty driven dude. So what are you kind of expecting from the season then?
I mean, I think it'll be a good year. You know, there's like so many fast guys in downhill right now, and it's crazy. Like you look at a results page from any World Cup, and the times now are just so close,
so tight.
Everyone's going so fast, so it's like really like every little thing you can do is going to help you out. You know, if you can save like a couple tenths of a second, like that could be a couple spots. You know, that could put you on the podium, or you know. So I mean, I think it's going to be, you know, as tight and competitive as ever. So I think, you know, like I said, I just want to keep improving. Like, you know, if I just feel like I get faster each year and keep improving, like, and my results keep improving, like, I'll be stoked, you know, like, just keep progressing as, like, you know, a racer and a rider. Like, that's what I'm expecting, and I'll be stoked for that, you know.
Cool. That's good, man. That's good. Obviously, you've got Loris on the team too. I guess Loris seems like a bit of a character. I guess it's going to be pretty good fun. I think traveling the world with him, that's for sure. Obviously, I don't know Loris personally, but we're the distribution company basically as well for Joystick, and Loris used that stuff last year. So kind of kept a close eye on what he was doing and all that sort of stuff. So it looks like you guys are going to have a blast. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like, I've known Loris for, you know, like, we're the same age, and we, you know, came into like the junior ranks at the same time. Yeah. So like when we were juniors, you know, we were always racing each other, and like even like the second year in juniors, like we were kind of like battling for the junior title together. And so obviously I've known him for a while, but it's cool like getting to know him more like recently. And he's super funny kid, and like I really enjoy hanging out with him. So I think it'll be good, and I think, you know, we'll kind of push each other too. So excited for that. That'll be cool. Definitely look forward to like getting to know him more. And, you know, I think just Greg and Loris and I feeding off each other at races, like I think it's just gonna kind of the bar will just kind of keep raising itself. You know, just pushing each other, and hopefully all three of us get faster and faster. So
it definitely looks like that from the outside looking in, dude. That's for sure. It's definitely a solid team. You can't argue with it at all. It's going to be legit. Who else do you feel is going to be fast? I think obviously Gwyn's going to be going pretty good again this year. Do you see any surprises happening through 2017? Anyone who you might have noticed?
I mean, I think last year was a good example. There was like loads of surprises. You know, like Josh Button, like just people that you know you wouldn't really think about come out of nowhere and get on the podium. So
Laurie was a big surprise.
Laurie, well, I kind of knew he would be good. Like.
Okay, maybe not a surprise, but
no, but like there's always surprises in downhill, which I think is super cool, you know. And I mean, obviously you got all the front runners who have been there for years. Those are the guys who you can kind of count on to be like right at the front, pretty much week in, week out. But you know, I'm sure it'll be fast and competitive as ever, you know. So
definitely
should be good.
And, so like training wise, coming up to the season, obviously you spoke already that you sort of ramp up your riding a little bit more downhill, but training side of it, obviously that's becoming like really important now. You can tell, but it's just kind of gone crazy. You know, everyone's training hard. It's not not saying it was laid back years ago, but it's the same with every sport, you know. It just keeps upping and upping. So what sort of stuff do you do usually for training? Do you just ride, or are you a bit of a gym junkie?
I just try and do a bit of everything, really. No, I wouldn't say I'm a gym junkie, but I certainly like try and get in the gym, like, 3-4 times a week. Like, kind of got my own like sort of program that I follow in that, and try and get stronger and all that. But yeah, loads of riding. Like last few years, I've done a lot more like road riding for training, so that's been good. I feel like that's helped me a lot. Trail riding.
Be a good training partner too, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I do anything like super out of the ordinary. It's just kind of like loads of riding, loads of, go to the gym quite a bit, but nothing crazy. Like, but yeah, so definitely it's important these days. Especially a lot of the tracks we race, they're so physical. Like, Fort William and Mount St. Anne and all the tracks have its own like challenges. Some are really pedally, but even like Val de Sol, it's you don't really take a single pedal on that track, and it's I'd say by far the hardest one. So
right.
Yeah, I think lately I've been doing a bit more motocross too, just for fun really, but I think the skills translate over really well, and it's definitely awesome way to cross train, get ready for just taking a beating, like your arms, your whole body, really. So I've been doing more motocross than I have previously in the last few years. So been enjoying that a lot. And
there's a good translation over from moto into downhill, I think. Again, like you say, physically, it's kind of similar, I guess, to some extent.
For sure.
We definitely notice here in the UK now that a lot of people are going from racing motocross and just getting into downhill riding. But yeah, for sure. I mean, it seems like every single rider I speak to, they all use motocross now as a training tool. But you can't, why not? It's perfect. It's kind of it does everything you need, and it's fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even if it was bad for you, I'd still probably do it. It's so much fun, and I just love it. It's definitely one of those things that you really can get hooked on. It's just get so into it, and for sure.
Who do you ride with up where you live? Who do you have?
I've got a few buddies that I ride with. Obviously, my brother, he rides. We've both got bikes, so we'll ride. Good friend of mine, Brandon Blakely. He's like one of the dudes I always go ride moto with. Nico Malali, he lives 20 minutes down the road, like right by where Walker goes to school. So we ride with him all the time. We've got a good crew. It's tough to find people to ride moto with around here. It's not a huge scene. Like where I live, like in the western part of North Carolina, there's not a ton of motocross. Like there's a few good tracks, but kind of have to drive a bit, which is kind of a bummer. But I've got a decent crew that we always ride with, though. It's good. Cool. It's so much more fun if you've got like a good crew to go with, and
definitely does make it. I mean, I've been kind of out of the moto scene personally for a little while now, but I'm looking at getting back into it. But the thing is, in the UK, man, the weather's just bad all the time. Pretty much all the time. It feels like that anyway. When I was doing most of my riding, I lived in America for quite a while, so I was riding a lot over there. But I've definitely got the bug for it, especially when Supercross season comes round. I'm like, I'm itching to buy a bike again, like itching for it. So I'm definitely a big Supercross fan and stuff. So the season seems to have started pretty good too. It seems to be. Hopefully, it's not a walk away by Roxon.
I know. I know. Like every year, I get so excited for Supercross, and then unfortunately, it seems like the last few years it's just like loads of injuries, and then there's always like that front runner who just kind of walks away with it. But I'm definitely hopeful that it'll be a really good season.
Let's hope there's a few bad starts in there for Kenny, and it gets interesting. Sure.
He seems pretty unstoppable right now, so we'll see. Supercross is rad. I love watching it. I really got into watching all the outdoors last year, and really like, because actually went to one of them last summer.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, there was one in Tennessee, Muddy Creek. It's like 3 hours drive from my house, so I went and watched it.
So
and
pretty
then
local. If you live in the States, that's close. It's just down the road.
yeah, just down the road, No, so yeah, really got into watching those last summer, and I prefer to watch motocross, I think, but Supercross is like it's like middle of winter, and it's like it's on TV, so you're always gonna watch it. So
yeah. I've just got into watching a little bit more NFL football, as you
Oh,
guys
hell
call
yeah.
it. Yeah, I've
Yes.
got into that.
Yeah, well,
Every year I watch Super Bowl, like every year without fail, since I've been
You
about
have to.
16. But this year, I've actually tried to watch like a lot more games and kind of figure out how the teams have got to the Super Bowl. And then, yeah, I love it, man. I find it so interesting because we just
it's so
don't
good.
have that stuff over here at all. So
yeah.
I'd struggle to talk football with somebody, but I'm slowly
Let's give it a
starting to
shot.
understand it. Nah, man, I'm slowly starting to understand it. I mean, I chose a team at the beginning of the year. I went with Miami Dolphins just because
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but it turns out they suck. But
Well, they made the playoffs.
they made the playoffs. Yeah, they made
Yeah.
the playoffs. I saw that. They got spanked by the Steelers last weekend.
Hey, it was like, I love watching football. Huge NFL fan, and it's perfect for me too because like the season sort of starts right when my season ends. So
Okay.
it's that time where it's like, what should I do? And you just turn the TV on and watch football. Like
Watch a game.
it's great. Love it.
They're long
Yeah,
too, man. There are long things to watch. It's like a full time
for sure.
job trying to keep up with the football. It's
Yeah.
hard.
Lots of practice, mate.
No, I'm looking forward to Super Bowl. It's going to be good, I think. I don't know who it's going to be. I couldn't even make a prediction. I'm guessing Green Bay possibly are going to be in there. I don't know. You're gonna be way more educated with that stuff.
Green Bay, yeah, they could be. I think it'll be Patriots for sure.
Okay.
I think they'll win it.
Yeah.
And then, the NFC is so stacked. I don't know. Like, maybe the Cowboys will give them a go. I don't know.
Cowboys. Are the Cowboys playing the page? No, Cowboys are
playing
Green Bay.
Green Bay
Yeah. Okay. Next.
this weekend, and then Seahawks play the Falcons, Atlanta Falcons, and then I can't remember now.
I can't remember either. I'm trying to rack my brain. I can't remember. Like I say, I'm only just getting familiar with it.
Steelers are playing the Chiefs.
Right.
I know that, and then what else is there? I don't know. I'm on the spot now. I can't think of it.
I can't remember either. It comes to London in October, so I'm going to take my dad, I think, and go watch. I'd like to go see
Yeah,
a
they
game.
do.
That'd be
They
cool.
go to London now, don't they? A few times
it goes
a year.
to Wembley Stadium. Apparently, it's really good. Like it sells out and stuff. So I'm gonna go
Cool.
check that out. I think.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, for sure. So, right. I usually like to keep these things around an hour. We're a little bit off, but we're not too far away. So we're going to hit you with some listener questions. I don't know. Did you look at your Instagram? You got some classic questions, dude. There were some amazing ones. I'm guessing a lot of them were your friends and stuff, but man, I was laughing so hard at some of those. There's some killers. But anyway, the first one, I chose the best. I tried anyway. Came from a guy. It's at Smithy Dallas on Instagram, and he wanted to know. He said, "Yourself and Loris were junior rivals. How does that affect your relationship now being on the same team?" I know you've kind of already answered that, but hey.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, we definitely had some battles when we were in juniors, and he kind of got the best of me for sure. He second year junior year, like kind of toe to toe in the World Cup overall, and he just got me at the end, and then he got the junior world champs that year too. So yeah, he's always kind of been someone that I always like. And then when we turned elite, I was always someone that was like, I'll if I get whatever 15th, I'm like, that's pretty good. I beat Loris, so that's cool. Like one of those people you're always kind of like battling with, and it seems like we've sort of kind of like progressed at the same rate, sort of. So we've always sort of been like close to each other as far as like speed and results and stuff. So yeah, now that we're teammates, I think it's really good for both of us, honestly. Like, yeah, I think it'll just push us both to, definitely. I mean, there's always going to be competition
Yeah.
you know, between teams and everything. It's at the end of the day, it's an individual sport, you know. So
exactly.
you want to
That's one thing I was going to say.
Fastest. So
yeah, I mean, like I read that question and it's like, I mean, you're going to be rivals in some sense, but it's not like, again, if you put this into moto, if you're a rival, there's a chance that over the last few years you've bumped each other, you've maybe, you know, done some epic T-bone or just something. But I guess with downhill, it is literally the end. You get to the end of it, and you know you're still buddies. I guess you know you've you've not had to do anything dirty to beat the guy. It all just comes down to that one run. So
yeah, and like anything, you know, you're going to have your good days and your bad days. Like you might just get a flat tire or just, you know, have some bad luck or whatever. So I mean, I think if we can just keep pushing each other and both get faster, you know, like I'm sure, you know, like he'll get me some days, I'll get him some days, and
healthy competition, dude. It's going to be
for sure. Good. Yeah, no, I think that's super important to, you know, keep progressing. So no, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a really positive thing for both of us. So
yeah, for sure. Okay, next one. I didn't know this guy was your friend, but here we go. I'll do this in stages because he asked quite a few things. So it was at Nico Mulally, who I guess still rides for Scott, I think.
No, not for Scott.
No, where is he at now? Okay, we don't know. All right. Okay.
No, I know, but I can't tell you.
No, it's fine. No worries. We'll find out in due course. He wanted to know.
I think you'll find out soon.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So what's the biggest change in your bike setup from last year to this year?
Yeah, I guess, you know, we've sort of talked about that a bit earlier. Just all the parts on my bike are new. Fox suspension, Shimano drivetrain and brakes, and NV wheels. Still on Maxxis tires. I've been on those for quite a bit. So setup's quite a bit different. I mean, still obviously V10 Santa Cruz frame, but it's taken a little bit of getting used to. But I mean, I'm not too particular really. Like when it comes to bike setup and, you know, all the little things. I mean, I like. Obviously, like kind of the things that everyone looks for in a good bike, you know, like the brakes to work and the suspension to, you know, be nice and smooth, all that stuff. But no, it's been really good getting used to it all, and been pretty seamless so far. Good. Really comfy on. So.
Okay. Second part of the question was, which track is your favorite and why?
Andorra.
Yeah.
Just because it's like. I think it just has a bit of everything, you know, like it's, I just have the most fun riding that track. Like, okay. I think it's the corners on that track or something. I don't know. Just like every year I've been, it's just like, can't get enough of it in practice. Just loving it. And it's because like the first couple of years I went, it was pretty muddy and it was still like really good fun in the mud. And then last year it was dusty all weekend, completely opposite. And it was, just so much fun to ride.
Fun.
Yeah, it's not like too rough either. Like a lot of World Cup tracks are just so rough; they're not really that much fun to ride. Andorra's kind of a bit smoother and kind of technical but fast. I don't know, just really enjoy it. Okay. Yeah, it'd be my favorite.
Sweet. And he also wanted to know what aspect of downhill racing are you best at? Sorry, I couldn't read my own writing.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Maybe. I feel like I'm pretty good at riding, kind of like when it comes to a race and I need to step up. I feel like I'm good at kind of upping my speed when I need to for like a race. You know, like I feel like sometimes I'll be struggling in practice a bit or something and just not really feeling that great on the track or something. But then when it like comes time to race, I feel like I'm pretty good at kind of putting a run together and kind of figuring it out, like when I need to. I don't know. Okay. Like, I feel like, I mean, of course, you know, always trying to improve on every aspect, but I feel like just like my race craft, if you will.
Yeah. Well, you said before that you're quite calculated, so. Yeah,
for sure.
Not just balls to the wall, risk it. Hope for the best kind of guy.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's I wouldn't use balls to the wall as a way to describe. my style most of the times.
That's good. We also got another guy at Ride.5 on Instagram. He wanted to know what is the best aspect of being a professional mountain biker.
Oh man,
just doing podcasts, surely.
For sure, yeah. No, just being able to ride every day, you know, like not, you know, having to go to a crappy job at 8 in the morning and not get home till 5 when it's dark, and you know, just there's not like much routine when you're home. You know, you sort of there's a lot of freedom, and you can do a lot of different things, and yeah, just being able to, you know, do what you like as a job. I mean, it's hard to beat, you know.
That's what everyone wants. So living the dream on the Syndicate.
Just like riding and racing for a living. It's like what I would be doing anyways. So it's perfect.
Sweet. Next one. You might know this guy at 914 on Instagram. So you have to bear with me with this one. It's a pretty long one. So yeah, at 914. You and the Syndicate are out partying and a huge bar brawl breaks out.
Oh shit. This is something that will happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, it probably will happen someplace. You can only choose one member of the team to help you fight your way out of the bar. Who do you choose?
Alright, Steve. It's gotta be. If I'm allowed to choose Steve, he's still on the team, so yeah, I'll pick Steve.
You know what? I once saw Steve punch somebody. You might not even remember this. Obviously, I know Steve. I've known Steve for quite a long time. I once saw Steve punch somebody at the Motocross Destinations in about 2000 and probably even earlier than that. Maybe like whenever it came to England, maybe like 2004, 2005. And it was possibly the best punch I've ever seen in my entire life. It was clean, crisp, to the chin of a young kid.
Oh my god!
So
that doesn't surprise me, really.
Oh man, it was brutal. Like, the whole event kind of turned into a riot in the evening. So like the riot police were there, and then this young kid, like quite young. I'm not going to say how young he looked. It might get him in some trouble. But
8 years old.
It was pretty young. So this this young kid picked up a glass bottle and like threw it into the crowd. And Steve, I remember he had like half a sandwich in his mouth, food all over himself, just walked over and just cracked him. It was brilliant. Man. Yeah, it was brilliant. So for sure, choose Steve every time.
Cool. Yeah. I knew. Steve would be probably the one I'd go to. Yeah. To get me out of trouble in a pinch.
Yeah, he's a Sheffield lad. He can probably fight.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we got 2 more, and I thought I'd leave like the really deep, positive, and inspirational ones to last. So, at Triceratops, how often do you actually put the seat down after you pee? It's deep, dude. It's
not
deep.
Often. Oh man.
Do you know?
Good one, Sarah. Yeah, I know her.
And the last
not as often as I should. I'll say that.
No? Okay. Is that okay? We're not even going to go there.
Okay.
At OGGU, he wanted to know how many beers until you are floor licking drunk.
Probably 8.
Yeah.
Depends what beer. Like, if you're drinking Bud Light, you know.
I forgot to say
12.
He said how many Canadian beers.
So Canadian beers, are they strong? I don't know.
I don't know. I've no idea.
There's some crappy Canadian beer. I've had some pretty Canadian beer. So
I'm gonna guess that it's quite light compared to
what
it's probably we have in Europe and the UK.
Yeah. So, that's funny. Actually, that reminds me. Joe turned me on to Boddingtons. That's your
God. Really?
your local brew.
Wow, that's
the yellow can. Those are the ones. Yeah.
Yeah, yellow and green. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Yeah. Fair play if you can drink that. Oh. Do you really like it? Seriously?
No.
Oh god.
I mean, I just had. He gave me one. I forget when, but I remember we talked about it, and he said, "Oh man, this is the worst stuff," but it's from Sheffield.
That's brilliant. That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. 8 beers, probably. I'll be licking the floor.
Yeah. Okay. Last one, which is from me. I'll be honest with you. I read an interview again, and you mentioned about like social media and how you don't think there should be such an emphasis on social media. I think that interview was maybe like a year ago. So, do you still stand by that? Like, do you think it's important or not?
I mean, I think it definitely has its place for sure. It's just, I don't know. I think sometimes, I don't know.
Do you think maybe there's
sometimes
too much emphasis on it from some people?
Yeah, I think sometimes like just companies and like they put so much emphasis on it. You know, like for instance, like if you send someone like a proposal or something, or you're just trying to ride for a team or something, like they'll check you out on Instagram and be like, oh, he's doesn't have that many followers. Like, why would we want to? You know, and it's like a lot of the stuff on Instagram is like, you know, if you post often and you put a lot of time into it, like you're gonna have more followers and more likes and all that stuff. So yeah. I think it's just kind of an inaccurate kind of way to rank people, I guess, if that makes any sense.
Totally,
and yeah, I mean,
totally get you. Totally understand.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there's definitely a place for it, and it's cool. I think like being able to like connect with people and see what they're up to, see what bike they're riding, all that stuff. I think it's rad, and I think it has definitely has a place for sure. But I think I don't know. There's just like examples where it's like they kind of get a little bit more hype than they really deserve. I don't know. It's just.
No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you, buddy. And I think for me, almost the worst side of it is young kids that just kind of, I don't know, do they judge themselves? I don't know. They kind of like rate themselves on how many followers they've got. Like, I think that's
for
awful.
sure. Yeah.
Like,
no, I think
so bad.
I think like that's just not where your priorities should be. I think it's just kind of there's things you should maybe spend more time doing than just on your phone, like posted pictures and
social
all that
media
stuff.
Ban until you're 18 years of age. That's what I propose.
I'm with you. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it really doesn't matter, Like at the end of the day, it's like you can post pictures of whatever you want, So it's like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I totally agree with you, man.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, at the same time, it's like I've got an Instagram account and I post stuff on it, so it's not like I can say it's like, oh, it's the worst thing ever, No, it's just a bit weird. I don't know.
Nah, it's different. It's totally different, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you do what you do and you're at the level you're at, so people want to look at what you're doing. I think it's when kids are trying to get stuff out of companies and just all they kind of have to offer is, oh, we've got X amount of followers. I don't know.
For sure.
It's that whole staring at your phone thing. I mean, I go through it all the time. I'm bad for it sometimes, but then there's like two sides of me where I love to just get rid of my phone. I love vacations where you're just away from it for a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then the other side of me, I do all the social media stuff for Hookit, and also obviously this stuff for podcasting, where you find yourself looking at it for way too long, and you should be doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just about finding that balance and not putting too much emphasis on it and judging yourself by it.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you for sure, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Well, it's been a blast, dude. It's been really cool to have you on here. Yeah, I can't thank you enough. But quickly, do you want to do some shout-outs for your own social media stuff or anything like that? Is there anything you need to say?
Not really, man. Yeah, I think we've covered most of it. Yeah.
Good, man.
Yeah,
Good.
Cheers for having me. It's been cool.
Oh, man, no, not at all. Absolute pleasure. So, yeah, it's at Luca Shaw on Instagram. Go follow him if you don't already.
You better follow me.
You got an athlete page on Facebook and stuff too, but yeah, hopefully people enjoyed the episode, man, and enjoy hearing what's going on with you. But it's going to be an exciting season. Personally, I want to wish you all the best as well. I hope it's a good one for you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Excited.
Right. You go get on with your day. It looks like it's nice over there. It's brutally, horribly windy and snowy here, so it's bedtime.
Best of luck.
All right.
Survive the winter. Thanks, man.
Take it easy, dude. Have a good one.
See ya.
Peace. Bye. Alrighty, there we go. Episode number 17 in the bag. Just want to say a really quick thank you to everyone who's listened. If you did enjoy the episode, please give us some feedback. Drop the episode a share on social media. If you can possibly leave a review on iTunes, it helps massively. Just go to iTunes, go to leave a review on the Hookit podcast and just quickly type something. Hopefully it's a good review, 5 stars if possible. It really helps get us some notification and up onto the iTunes chart. And thanks again to our sponsors, 35 Bikes. Hopefully all our dealers will be seeing you at the Bike Play show in a couple of weeks. And don't forget, drop us a follow at the Hookit Podcast, Facebook and Instagram. And thanks again, it's been an absolute pleasure. Take it easy. Have a good week, folks. Bye.